One of the reasons President Trump says he's taking over the policing of D.C. is because of what he calls, quote, roving mobs of wild youth. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro echoed the president's remarks and explained that under current laws, she would have difficulty prosecuting those under 17 years old for crimes they are suspected of committing.
The president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you.
Scripps News legal affairs correspondent Joy Burnett is with us in the D.C. newsroom. She's been digging into this. And Joy, the administration says it's justified in bringing the National Guard to help curb crime here in D.C. But I know you've been speaking to a lot of experts. Are they saying that this is a necessary step?
Hey there, Andrew. Experts are saying that this is not necessary, at least some of the folks I've spoken with, and they point to the downward trend in violent crime here in the nation's capital as the reason why they do not believe the military needs to step in here, and the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia doesn't need expanded powers, especially when it comes to young people. Remember, this is something that we've been digging into since that press conference yesterday with the President of the United States and other top officials, and we were able to get some data from the Metropolitan Police Department here in Washington, D.C., and they say violent crime is down about 26% so far this year when compared to the same time last year. But we also wanted to get some more specific details about youth violence and youth arrests, and there is a particular organization here, an independent government agency. It's known as the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, and they collect data with regards to arrests of young people here in Washington, D.C. This independent agency, by the way, is made up of Democrats and Republicans. And I'm going to pull something up on the screen here for you so that you're able to see more details, more numbers with regards to the arrests here in Washington, D.C. when it comes to young people. In 2024, according to this independent agency, 496 young people were arrested. This was for all of 2024, January 1st to the end of the year. But when you look back at 2023, that number was much higher at 641. The numbers are lower for the previous years, but experts point to the fact that that was during the COVID-19 pandemic and crime all across the board was down. But they want for people to focus on those last 2 years where we have full data, and they believe this shows that there is a downward trend when it comes to violent crime and arrests with young people here in Washington, D.C. I was able to speak with a professor earlier today who focuses on violent crime here in Washington, D.C. He is at Georgetown Law Center. And take a listen to why he believes the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, you just heard from her, he doesn't believe she needs expanded powers to be able to arrest more young people for more crime. Take a listen.
The reality of it is number one, the situation on the ground in D.C. doesn't require that. Youth arrests are down. Number two, it would actually undermine public safety. We know from research that young people who are charged in adult court are actually more likely to reoffend, which is the exact opposite of what we want. We want young people to be rehabilitated, to get on the right track, to not commit more offenses.
And just last week, we were able to get our hands on new data from the FBI with regards to violent crime across the United States. And according to that data, they say violent crime is down about 4.5% in 2024 when compared to 2023. So that is a trend that continues. But it doesn't appear as if the FBI breaks down that data when it comes to adults versus young people. Andrew?
All right, Scripps News legal affairs correspondent Joy Burnett for us in our D.C. newsroom. Joy, thank you.